Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to talk about things I wish I knew before I became a lash tech. For context, I first started doing lashes in 2020, so it's been 5 years. I started lashing from home and now I own a salon with employees. It's safe to say that I've definitely learned quite a lot throughout my journey, and I want to share that with you guys so you don't make the same mistake. Before we start, I want to say I look like a hot mess. I am going to get my lashes done right after this, hence why I have no makeup on and no lashes. Don't focus on that, okay? Let's get into the video. So today we're just going to be talking about things I wish I knew before I spent thousands of dollars on a bunch of lash supply, training, and the reality of becoming a lash tech, because it's not what Instagram makes it look like. Number one, just like any business, you do not make money right off the bat. The reality is that it takes a lot of time for you to build a solid clientele, and truthfully in the beginning, people genuinely will not even know who you are. 9 out of 10 times you will need a second stream of income while in the beginning stages of this career. It doesn't matter how talented you are, consistency is what matters the most. I personally do a lot of lash trainings and I've seen girls who are so naturally good at lashes. They are literally gifted with this talent, but if you're not consistently still practicing, posting on social medias, telling everyone that you meet about this business of yours, the talent unfortunately will not matter because no one will even know that you exist. Going back to needing another stream of income, when I first started lashing, I invested a couple of $1,000s into my business and I maybe had 2 or 3 clients per week. That obviously was not enough to sustain myself, so I did work another part-time job in the meantime until I was able to build my business up enough to the point where I can quit and finally take this on full-time. Next thing I'm going to talk about is something I feel like a lot of people mention, is that lashing is so hard on your body. Even though it's a lot of sitting, believe it or not, sitting is actually not good for you at all. My back hurts, you're constantly hunched over like this. I actually got carpal tunnel 2 years into lashing and I'm still struggling with it right now. Honestly, my right wrist is in constant pain. It has its waves where sometimes it gets better and then sometimes it gets worse again. I've had to go to physical therapy for it. This is not just my personal experience. I know so many lash techs, at least 50% of lash techs that have this as their full job and take 4+ clients per day struggle with the same exact issue. Your back will hurt, your wrist will hurt, your fingers will hurt, your hands will hurt, your head will start to hurt. Something I wish that I did before I really started getting into lashing was getting into like yoga or Pilates or one of those exercises that helps with posture and just your body overall. Because if you come into this career with a weak body and already bad posture and already body pain, it's only going to make it worse. So make sure you're investing in a good chair, make sure you're investing in good tweezers and tools that feel comfortable in your hands. Make sure you have good lighting, that way you don't have to be so close and hunched over because you can't see anything. And in between each client, make sure you're stretching. That's something that I do now and something I wish that I did since the beginning. Stretching and taking care of your body is genuinely a non-negotiable when it comes to becoming a lash tech. Next thing I want you guys to know is do not be discouraged. Your first lash sets will not be perfect. Actually, it'll be nowhere near perfect. I'm gonna put on the screen one of my first lash sets that I've ever done compared to one of my more recent lash sets. Genuinely, what a difference consistency and practice can make. Don't get discouraged if yours looks like mine. I know when I did my first lash set, I was like, oh my gosh, I made a big mistake. This is not for me. But I'm a big believer that anyone, literally anybody, can become a lash tech and become a good one with proper training, proper practice, and proper consistency. Believe it or not, I even taught my boyfriend how to do lashes and he was able to pick it up pretty quick. So if he can do it, I know you guys can do it, okay? And also something that I'm not proud to admit but is the reality, my first ever lash set took me, I think, 8 hours. We had to keep taking breaks in between, obviously, but oh my gosh, my mom and my sister were my guinea pigs and I feel so bad for them. I am like, genuinely, I cannot believe that they sat through that for me. Taking 3+ hours on your lash set when you first start is so normal. Retention issues are so normal. If your clients are leaving and they're like, my lashes fell out during the 2nd day, that is so normal when you first start. Just have them come back in and fix it for free. It benefits you because then you get to practice even more. And do not compare yourself to other lash artists. You are not on the same timeline as any other lash artist in this world. You are not in the same position as any other lash artist in this world. And your skill set is not the same as any other lash artist in the world. There's nothing to compare to. You can't compare yourself to a lash artist that's been lashing for 10 years. And I know I've been there and that has killed my mentality and killed my self-confidence. So if you're worried about your retention attention, your skill, your amount of followers you have, the amount of clients you have, that all comes with consistency. And I literally cannot stress enough how important consistency is when it comes to running a business and when it comes to doing lash extensions. You only get better with time and practice. Next, clients do not magically find you. I feel like Instagram has this way of making it look like running a lash business is so incredibly easy. It's a get money fast hack. Guys, every time I see those posts, I cannot stress enough that is not the reality at all. You're not just doing lashes, you're also doing inventory, you're doing the marketing, you're posting on social media, you're probably losing money in the beginning, you're the housekeeper, you're your own bookkeeper and accountant. Like, you wear so many hats. This is not a get rich fast scheme. Clients will not magically find you. This is actually one of the hardest parts about owning a lash salon, especially in the early stages, that a lot of people actually won't trust you. When I first started, besides my mom and my sister, I didn't even have friends or family that would come to get their lashes done by me. And honestly, it's really discouraging and sad to see, because these are some of the most important people in your life and they're not trusting you, even though in your heart, in your brain, you know you can do a good job. But genuinely, do not let that get to you. On your Instagram, just post that you're offering free sets. Do not charge when you first start, okay? Because I promise it's gonna be so rare for clients who want to pay a new lash tech that is still experimenting with a lot of things and without a guarantee that their lashes will turn out exactly how they wanted to. So something I did was, even if my friends and family did not trust me to get their lashes done, I still made them post on their Instagram story like, hey, I know someone offering free lashes if anyone's interested. So anybody you know, just have them spread the word for you. And this sounds really weird, but if you're in, let's say, a Target or going grocery shopping and you see someone who has the most perfect eyes and you think that you can give them the most gorgeous lashes ever, you should go up to them and say, hey, I'm trying to become a lash tech and I love your eye shape and I really think that this lash set would fit your face so much. Would you want a free set of lashes? When I first started doing lashes, I was way too shy to do that. But now, 5 years later, this is something that I would do if I were to start all over again. While owning a business, I realized that being shy and timid, honestly, does not get you very far. You don't ask, you don't get. The worst they can do is say no. Don't get discouraged if you have 0 clients. Sometimes you need to go out and find those clients on your own. And if you are struggling with clients, do free sets until you are finally 100% confident enough in your work. And even now, to this day, I offer free lash sets sometimes if I want to try out a new lash style or if I need more content. So you can literally say, oh, do you want to be my like lash Instagram model? I'll take photos in exchange for free eyelash extensions. And 5 years later, I still do this. So there's no shame in offering free sets. It's only gonna benefit you. And also, a lot of the times, if your free models enjoy the lashes, they are gonna come back to you as paying clients. It's a win-win for everyone. Supplies and education. This is one of the biggest things that will make or break you as a lash artist. There's gonna be so much ongoing cost. But if you know yourself that this is a career that you want to do forever, I definitely suggest buying in bulk. I probably buy my lash supplies once every quarter. I buy enough lashes to last me a couple months. I buy enough glue to last me a couple months. I buy enough tape. That way, if you're constantly buying, let's say on Amazon, whenever you run out, that at the end of the day is going to cost you way more in the long term than if you were to just buy, let's say, 50 pieces of tape one day when they're running a sale. Only do this if this is something you plan on doing in the long run. Also, you have to consider how much clientele that you have, because glue expires, bonder expires. Lashes, if left out too long, they start getting stiff and not as fluffy. So you also don't want to buy in bulk just to buy in bulk and save money, because at the end of the day, it might also cost you if you can't use those supplies in time. And when it comes to lashing, I promise you that clients can tell a difference between good quality lashes and cheap lashes. This is not something that you want to skimp on. I know it may be a couple of more dollars for a really good high-end lash tray, but it is so worth it. I have clients coming in and they're like, I only get my lashes done if it's cashmere mink. And these clients are right. They're paying over $100 for lashes and they don't want to pay for any hard, cheap plastic. Investing now only helps your business in the long term, because if your clients love the supplies that you use and the work that you do, they're only going to want to come back. And that's exactly what you want as a lash tech. Also, let's talk about education as well. I've taken so many lash courses, so many brow courses. It's actually insane how much money I've spent on courses, probably like $10,000 in just courses. So let me tell you guys what I think is worth it and what I think is not worth it. Especially now that I'm a lash educator, I think I know my fair shares on what you should spend your money on and what you should not spend your money on. So I've spent money on ebooks that were like courses. That, in my opinion, is 100% not worth it. When I think about ebooks, I think about lash techs giving out their lash maps, you know, maybe small little tips and tricks that they've learned throughout the years. But a whole entire course that's considered an ebook that they're selling for $20, I'm sorry, but there's gonna be no value that you're gonna be getting from that course. And I'm not always saying that more money equals better education, but a lot of the times it does correlate, unfortunately. So if this is something that you really want to get into, make sure you have a good amount of money set aside for learning purposes, because this is not a skill that you can learn for free on YouTube. Also, do research on the type of courses that you want to take. For lash extension courses for beginners, it should not be a one-day course. 2 days minimum. My lash courses for my students are 2 days, sometimes even 3 days if I feel like they need it. Make sure your instructor offers lifetime mentorship. If you take a course with someone and you have a question the next day and they're like, your class is over, I can't help you anymore, that is the worst thing, the worst feeling. You want to make sure you have an instructor or a mentor that will take you from zero all the way to the end and will support you consistently. I have a student that I've taught 3 years ago and we still text at least once a month because she has questions for me or I'm giving her business advice, and that is the correct way to become an instructor or a mentor. If your students succeed, that means you succeed. So long story short, make sure you find an instructor that is giving you a full rundown and not just a couple page ebook that will teach you how to do lashes. Make sure your instructor is offering full lifetime mentorship, and also just make sure that you love your instructor's work. If you want to specialize in mega volume, find a lash tech that specializes in mega volume. If you only want to do natural lashes, find a lash tech that only does natural lashes, because at the end of the day, your instructor will teach you what they know best. Next thing I want to talk about is boundaries. There's going to be a point in your business where clients will take advantage of you, either because you're too nice, you don't have proper policies put in place, or because you've let them get away with things before so they know that they can do it again. Like when it comes to cancellations or no-shows, make sure you have a policy. You can't come more than 20 minutes late, otherwise your appointment will be canceled. Will you allow kids into your space? What happens if there's a no-show? Personally, my policies is if you no-show me, you lose your 20% deposit. At the end of the day, your policies protect you, so you do what makes you feel comfortable. No one should be there to tell you that your policy should look like this or that you shouldn't charge this much if no one no-shows. Last thing I want to talk about is burnout and the freedom that you get. I honestly work so much. Instagram makes it look like you have so much freedom. You can go on vacation whenever you want. You can close down shop whenever you want and open back shop whenever you want. That is so far from the reality. Your clients count on you. If I go on a 1-week vacation, my clients are actually freaking out, and I'm not exaggerating. They're like, oh my gosh, like this cannot happen. I need to do a mini fill right before you leave, and then I need to get my lashes done the day that you come back. And this is not an exaggeration. This is actually what my clients say. In a way, technically you can, because I guess you're your own boss, but you only make money when you work. So that whole week I'm on vacation, I don't make money. My clients are upset. Their lashes are struggling. They think they look like a hot mess. So in some sense you do have freedom, and in some sense you don't, and this is still something that I'm struggling with now. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I have so many more points, but this video is gonna end up being like an hour long, so I'm gonna have to cut it here. At the end of the day, if you want to become a lash tech and you want this to be your full-time thing, your full-time business, treat it as that. Don't just treat it as, oh, I'm just putting lashes on someone's eyes. No, there's so much more that goes into it. Open up your business account, keep track of all your finances, practice, practice, practice. Never stop posting on your social medias. If you're lashing anywhere else besides home, open up a Google and Yelp page. This is something that helped me tremendously. And if you guys like this video and you want a part 2, let me know. I will be so happy to make a part 2. I love talking about business and I love talking about eyelashes. But yeah, I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas Day 13. If you're in the New York area and you want to learn how to do eyelash extensions, hit me up. I got you, girl. I've been teaching for like 3 years now, and even one of my past students is now working for me, so there's always opportunities out there for you guys. Good luck on your lash tech journey. I wish you nothing but the best, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and tune in for my next Vlogmas videos or watch my past ones. I love you guys. Bye.